Okay,
Just gotta
wait.
hit.
This is not a vigil party. This is a post-elevation celebration.
Post. Okay. Are we at the post elevation celebration of Volchuk Vikinson, who was made a peer of the realm at Avacal tenure? He was not given a vigil because it was decided that it was just happening.
That is correct.
And how was your emotional response to being called up and you're being elevated?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It was literally a abstract, 100%. Brother, I'm good. Thank you very much. It was a 100% abstract sideball. Where I was sitting behind my knight and his fortune my wife, Becky, and she was trying to Vic had brought up, well, you know, I need to talk to Esmond and then I need to talk to Volchuk. Well, I didn't hear that. But Becky heard it and goes, Elbow, who's wearing the penguin costume? Like, distraction. So I'm like, well, honey, we need to pay attention to this so we can see who's getting more reviews. In that 15-20 seconds, while I'm looking at her, I hear out of the corner of my ear, Squire, attend me. Huh? What? Who? Wait, that's Beck. There's no other Squire. There's like a 13-second delay in that, in my brain, right? I'm like, just a minute, honey. And I turn back and he goes, Squire, attend me now. I'm like, that's me. There's nobody else here. I'm the only Squire. So I get up, I walk to the end of the pavilion, and I walk around the corner, and Aisha, her nurse, is nothing but glasses and teeth. Like, just smiles to the end of the earth. And I'm like, is this me? Is this me? Is this me? And I get halfway to their majesties, and I'm like, holy shit. And Roxanne, her excellency, shoves Becky, shoves her into me, and goes, and I'm like, oh shit, this is me, this is me, this is me, this is me. I approach the thrones, and I hear Vic in the background. He is talking on my behalf. In my head, in reality, for 9 News, it was like 27 minutes of the situation. In my brain, 5 minutes. So, when it was all said and done, I would sidle. But the key point for me was my wife, Becky, Vasilov, to come out to as many events as I will. There's so many ladies that stepped into that role to make her feel comfortable in the situation. But for me, it was so fast. And when I sat before the king, queen, they're like, we have a medallion. We have. What do you want? And I asked.
Put that beside his feet.
I asked, can I consult my knight? Right? My knight is a quad peer, and I respect everything he says. Utmost. He's a pelican. He's a laurel. He's a fucking.
No worries.
He's a knight. He is a royal peer. I'm like, I would like to consult my knight. And I look over my left shoulder, 2 feet away. His Grace Beck is sitting there on his knee, anticipating what I was going to say. And he goes, I had a vigil. Or, I became a knight without a vigil. I became a laurel without a vigil. When I became a pelican, I had a vigil. You would be the opposite of me.
Okay.
And I turned to His Majesty Rogan and I said, now. In that statement, His Grace Vic told me, I want you to have a vigil for your knight. I want you to have a vigil for your laurel. Your pelican, now. And I followed his recommendation.
Cool. So, safe to say then this was your first peerage?
This is absolutely my first peerage, and it literally hit me like 3 days later.
That's fast, just so you know.
I am not joking. 3 days later, during the 10-year event, I am pouring a drink into this cup, and I was like, I put the ice in, I put the whiskey in, I set the cup on the counter, I reached for a bottle of Pepsi, and I'm like, holy shit, you're a peer of the realm. And I put both hands on the counter, just literally just vibrated. It like a 2x4 upside the side of the head. And that has a lot of meaning to me because of who my knight is, who my old. So Aisha used to be my inspiration for years while my knight was away. And there's a lot of history behind that where the recommendation or the realization of what the expectations are a lot. I never, ever in my entire career, whether it be as pelican, pursuing laurel, pursuing chivalry, want to be the individual that is identified as, well, that guy did this. I want to be held as this guy did that, to elevate himself above everybody else within that group. And that's the way I've always looked at it from a peer's view. A good example is chivalry, right? You and I are both squires. At the end of the day, our PLQs are a proportion of what we are expected to complete as part of our chivalry.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at PLQs versus prowess on the field.
Yeah.
Right? For me, that's a 60-40 split. Your PLQs are 40% of the requirement. As in Knight of the Realm, or the contention of a Knight of the Realm, you have to be within the 60, like in that 60%, you need to be at 10.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very difficult to find that fine line between, right?
Okay. So you've still a fairly newly minted gear, but let's start back at the beginning. What got you into the SCA in the first place? Wow. How did you find this dream?
So the dream, I came to a sergeantry trial 7 years ago at the site, at the Quad War site, and I watched Rourke fight in the sergeantry trial. And I at that point, I was hooked.
Yeah.
This is everything I want. The next weekend there's a work, and I rolled in, and at that time I was an apprentice with a power line contract.
Yeah.
The owner of the company gave me access to Digger Derrick.
Yeah.
I rolled in the next weekend, so 2 weeks later, and I set the entire castle walls. Not the four corners that had already been built, but I built the entire castle wall structure in a weekend. And His Grace Rourke goes, that man wants for nothing.
Okay.
Rourke actually gave me to start fighting his helmet that he won his first crown. Everybody calls it pinhead. I wore that for 3 years before I, as a father and husband, could afford to get my own kit together on short notice.
Yeah.
But there were so many events that I went to. My ultimate event was I went to a Toys for Tots tournament in Spokane, Washington.
Yeah.
And me, my wife, my kids rolled in, and all Foos and Hall put us up because we were good friends.
Yeah.
And I rolled in, and we're late because there was delays during the Castle Gate Pass.
Yeah.
So we roll in, and I'm late, and it's the Toys for Tots tournament. This is a huge promotion for a lot of big name individuals. So I roll in, I'm wearing Rourke's helmet. I have Rourke's colors, because that was what I was wearing at the time for newbie armor. I thought, Sven, Gunnar, Skaggy, like Davin. And I'm going to be honest with you, it hurt. It hurt because they seen the helmet. They thought who I was.
And you're still a lefty, so you can't.
And I'm still a lefty.
Yeah.
So I got educated. But you know what? I won the Shiv prize at that event. And Gunnar and Gabrielle gave it to me.
Nice.
The because they were king and queen at the time and they were at the event. But from there, it just snowballed. I really don't know how to explain it any other way. It snowballed.
Yeah.
We had the crown up here. We're Gunnar and Gabrielle. We're king and queen. 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm out there in cut off muscle shirt with flash and stripes, filling in gopher holes so that the tournament field is ready to go. Some guy comes up behind me. Can I hold your flashlight? Absolutely. Thank you very much. Like, that is awesome. The next morning, Sir Brent and Sir Alphus kicked me out of bed, literally kicked me out of bed, and go, the queen needs to see you right now. This is not a discussion. Like, put on a tunic, pants are optional, let's go. Roll in, and Gavin goes, sit down, you're having breakfast. Yes, Your Majesty. As I'm sitting there having breakfast, Gunnar comes out of the tent. Hi, how are you? And back then, if you were to choose the king of Frontier, about 100 people in a room, you pick Gunnar every time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do not be afraid to ask for advice. There are so many people that think that this decision of the group or the bod or society in general.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to question the situation. Ask the question. You will never, ever, ever, ever for asking a question. Don't be afraid to be the question. Right? Share, contribute. Because at the end of the day, we all have opinions.
Yeah, definitely.
I have my opinion. You, Skink. Yeah. Gwen, behind have your opinion. We all have differing situations and life events that create differing opinions. If we cannot communicate that to each other, then we're not going to advance. So don't be afraid to speak your mind. No one is going to fault. And if anybody ever does, please come see me, and I will absolutely defend you 100%.
Thank you for the questions again.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, we will, people get to you there.
Yeah, no, Mr. Shaverson is like giving me the twitch eye.
Bye, Avacal.
Eric.